Well, good morning, everybody. It's Corey here with Berg Fishing Outdoors, and this is going to be episode 2. We're back at Twin Lakes. We're going to try to beat this provincial record. I've been coming up here lots trying to get this done, so going to set up for another overnighter and see what we can get done. Time to head out on the ice. We'll see you out there in a bit. Well, anybody that knows about doing an overnighter knows how much gear is involved. I just got everything out and a couple Jawjackers set up, and now I'm going to get my tent and everything rigged in, ready to go. See if we can get some bites while we're rigging up the tent. Well, finally got her semi set up here. I was trying to get everything going and my Jawjacker went off twice while I was trying to get the tent set up, so got a little preoccupied. Got one little one and a nice 24.5. It's a good start to the day. We'll got the Jawjackers in here. It's pretty cold out. It's like minus 26, so I'll probably just fish in here because I don't want to freeze the fish eyes and all that other good stuff being out in the elements. It's better to have a warm shack to release fish and all that other good stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna get some more gear brought in here and see if we can get on them. Well, just got the GoPro on. Jawjacker went off. Let's see what we got. Oh, little guy. Easy, fella. Little barbless hooks. Comes out nice. This guy's got a bit of a war wound. Or she does. Anyway, I'm not even going to measure that one. Off you go. So I got my underwater camera here. I'm just gonna send her down and we'll take a look. Show you kind of what's going on down here. Alright, so you can see bottom super weedy, but come up, there's a little bit of a drop here, which is perfect. And there's my lure right there. Nice little A little bit of weeds for the trout to kind of come through and sneak up on my bait and hopefully crank it. Oh yeah, here's a good one. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Whoa. Woo! There is a nice tiger trout. Well, it's 11:55, 5 minutes to dinner time here. I just had this Jawjacker go off, and I didn't have my GoPro on, but I lost it. Wasn't anything too big. Hit me on the little black hair jig, or marabou jig, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm gonna change this one out. It's gotten pretty beat up this morning. So yeah, I'm gonna get that changed out and get her back in there. Here's some of the lures I use. You can get these ones on Amazon. They're just marabou jigs. Pretty cheap. You don't really need anything crazy. Good thing about these little ones is they're pretty much barbless when you get them. A little bit of a barb on there. I'll give that a pinch. There we go. And sometimes with these hooks, I just like to bend them out just a little bit. Okay. Now what I like to do, I'm running, I think this is 10-pound braid or 20-pound braid maybe, I don't know, and then 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. That's a uni to uni knot. Hasn't ever let me down. I don't think I've ever broke off there. And then just this simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back through and through there. Give her a little lick. Pull her tight. And cut your tail end off. And what I like to do when I'm hanging it, I like to bring my knot in just a little bit so it's hanging like that in the water. I'm only fishing in about 4 feet of water. Nice weedy bottom, something for the trout to kind of come through and have a little bit of cover so they don't get spooked as easy. But I'll bring her up to about here. I like to hang it about, I don't know, 1.5 feet. 1.5 feet off bottom's probably good. Get that nice and centered. And we'll bring it up just a bit. You can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, how my bait's hanging nice and horizontal instead of straight up and down. It gives it just that little bit of a better presentation, and I don't know, works for me. You just got to try things out, and whatever works for you works. I don't know, trout fishing is pretty finicky on the best of days, but once you get a routine that works for you, and yeah, just stick with it. Usually you'll keep on them. Well, if any of you guys are planning on doing an overnight stay on the ice, I highly recommend, well, I don't highly recommend, you really need to get CO detectors. They'll save your life. Battery operated, Canadian Tire, wherever, they're usually not too expensive. I mean, what's your life worth when you're, using propane heat? It's a good idea to have these. 100%. I usually keep one close to my head and one maybe out here. I don't know. Just best place to have one is definitely beside your head. And you do want to keep them kind of in a warm area. They read better that way. The other thing is heater. If you can get your hands on a Mr. Heater, it's probably the best heater you'll get. They burn cleaner. They don't produce as much CO, and they also have a fail-safe in them. When the oxygen levels get low, the pilot light should kick out and the heater should shut off. Now, I've never had that happen, and I've never had these go off in this tent because I usually always leave make sure my vents are open, and then when I do go to sleep at night, I always crack a window or leave a door open a little bit. And yeah, be safe. If you're gonna do an overnighter, you got to really think about it and be safe, because you don't want to not wake up. Now the other thing I recommend doing before you plan on crashing out for the night is go out and get your tent anchored down. That'll work for now. I kind of got lucky today. It wasn't super windy out, so I didn't need to anchor down, but I have learned my lesson where I went to sleep and woke up to 50-kilometer-an-hour winds with my tent not anchored down, and that gives you quite the shock. So make sure you do that. If you do got snow, it is a good idea to put some around your skirt. I don't recommend using slush. Now, I've had this happen. It was a warm day. I augered holes. The water was slushy. I put it around my skirting, and then it got cold at night. Well, I woke up in the morning and my tent was frozen to the ice. I'm telling you, if you want to have the worst day of your life, try to get a tent unstuck from 2 inches of slush. It's terrible. But another trick I got for doing with these Otter tents with these tie down straps, they like to hum in the wind, and they're like this. So the best thing you can do, just put a few twists in them, just like that. And then go to Canadian Tire again, wherever. One of your local tackle and bait shops probably have them. These Eskimo or HT ice adapters for ice anchors. Put them in a drill, and man, they're like 15 bucks. It makes life so easy. You just slap her on there. Boom, done. I usually go in a little bit of the ways, and I like to just finish it off by hand if I want to go tighter, but just like that. I'm gonna go around and do the rest of them. Oh, there we go. We're all strapped down for the night. It's a lot easier to do this during the daylight than waking up to your tent flying off your cot. It's never happened to me, but I usually don't let it happen. I get it ready. Best thing you can do is be prepared. The sun is going down, so let's get some supper cooking and hope for a night bite. Oh, it is getting dark here now. Now I like to use these lights. They are magnetic, and they take a couple of AA's, 3 AA's I think. They last for a real long time. I don't use them too often, but I mean, they stick right up to your hub and they hold really well. And then other than that, I got these, 3 of these, and they're on a remote. I got them at Home Depot. I believe they were hot tub lights, and they take 3 AA's, but then again, these things will last me 3 or 4 overnighters before I have to charge them up. Like, I don't leave them on all the time, but it's great in the middle of the night if you need to wake up and you need to see. Like, I got 3 of them in here. Fire them up. They all got different colors. Cool for night pictures and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I love that's my light setup. And another thing that I got, this thing really helps. A base camp outdoor systems fan it has a light on it as well, but it pushes the heat down. It dries the mats. Like, I don't know if you could tell from this morning, there's still a little bit of water on these mats, but they were soaked from me coming in and out, setting everything up. And just with the fan and the heater running, it dried everything up pretty good in here. So another good thing that you could get is one of those wood stove fans. Put on your Mr. Buddy heater. They just work off of thermal energy, so I'm actually going to be picking up one of them here soon and giving it a test. I'm trying to downsize on all the gear that I bring for these overnighters, but I always end up bringing more than I need. But it's better to have more than you need than not enough. You can never be too prepared for being out in the elements, especially in this cold weather. So anyway, those are some of my tips and tricks for getting set up for an overnighter. Oh, we got supper cooked up here. Got the heater going again. Didn't take long to get cold in here. It's gonna be a chilly night, not gonna lie. But oh yeah, we got some nice cooked bison sausage. Let that cool off for a bit, chow down, and yeah, wait for a bite. Well, it's 10 a.m. here. Things have gotten pretty slow. I had one hit at 8 o'clock that I broke off on. I felt like a pretty good trout. Not gonna lie, I was peeling, dragging. It was heavy. Unfortunately, I couldn't land it. It happens. Can't always win them all. Yeah, I started packing up some gear here. The wind's starting to pick up, so I'm ready to go have a hot coffee. And this will be my last trip to Twin Lakes here this winter. So the next time you see me, hopefully I'll be holding a Laker in my hands. That's my game plan for the winter, is to get up north and get on some lake trout. So peace out, guys. Have a good one.